A lot of people in Swansea, they get their prescriptions stopped and for no reason, you know. I mean, prescribing drugs to people shouldn't be punitive, but people do tend to get punished for say, missing an appointment or something. Next thing you know, they've had their prescription stopped, you know. I mean, if you've been stabilised on a drug prescription, the last thing you want is for there to be any punitive measures that you come up against. So I think that's one thing that needs to be addressed, is that you know, it needs to be a more open and awareness from outreach workers, from the health community, that people who are on drugs are actually ill. There's a lot of help given in mental health issues, but there's not so much help given to people who are just ill from drug abuse.
It's not like just going on to methadone, it's like a methadone treatment program. So, you know, unfortunately there are a lot of organisations that are so overwhelmed with people on methadone that their files just get left on the shelf and they get just stuck on a dose, and there's no sort of reviewing and you know, no sort of like counselling and that. So the methadone program really needs to be sort of for that person to go onto methadone, they need to be using quite heavily. If they're only light users, I advise, you know, Subutex, for them to go into Subutex rather than methadone, because as I've said in the past, like, methadone is so hard to get off, and I was so ill for such a long time, no sleep for 18 nights. You know, they got to know that they've got a bad time at the end of it, you know, coming off. At the end of the day, I think it's a lesser of two evils, you know, sticking a street heroin in your arm, or being monitored, you know, with a dose of methadone. But as I say, the program has to be structured and that. And also, like, people say, well then, like, reduction, but, you know, I think the person has to be ready for the reduction. You can't force someone into reduction, because otherwise they just end up using street heroin. Yeah, I would definitely say, like, if they were ready to detox, and you've got to be ready to detox, otherwise you fail, you don't do it. It would be to do it slowly over a longer period of time. So you come down, I don't know, 5 mil a month, 5 mil every 2 weeks. So you don't notice the withdrawal, so you don't get the withdrawals, basically.
Have you found yourself a GP in Cardiff that'll help at all?
I've still got to get that sorted out through the Huggett Centre, but I know what a GP's going to say. At the end of the day, they're just going to say, oh, methadone script. And I'm going to say no, and that's going to be that.
Yeah, I said to Pete, the nurse, the other day that I was looking forward to being on methadone, and I thought I would give up completely, and I couldn't understand why people taking methadone are still using, until I got on a script then. And it's just, you don't need the heroin, you're on the methadone, it covers all, do you know what I mean, you're feeling great and everything. But it's just that once you've been using, especially injecting, it is an habit, and it is hard psychologically to stop, do you know what I mean?